Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, Safaricom has come under sharp scrutiny this time around because Kenyans have gotten enough evidence that it has been meddling in people's affairs. Now, from a case that is ongoing, the case of university student David Mukaya, who was arrested in November 2024 and charged with posting an image of President William Ruto's coffin on X. Safaricom officer testified that the student's data was released to investigators without a court order. Now, these revelations have raised questions about due process, privacy, and the handling of digital evidence. This is not how it's supposed to be done. And based on a lawyer that well prosecuted that case.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
You have just stated to the court that you are an officer stationed at Safaricom.
That's true. That's true, yeah.
Okay. You have also testified that CDR records, call triangulation, and also tracing was done for the accused person. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Are you aware that in 2018, in a High Court petition, Okiya Mtata versus Communications Authority demanded that if such information, such as CDR, triangulation, and call data was to be produced to a third party, a court order must be produced?
Your Honor,
I'm just to find out if you're aware on it. That's all. So yes or no?
There was a petition that previously was filed by Okiya Mtata, and that petition enforced the use of court order whenever telcos are supposed to provide customer data. So in this kind of in this situation, court order was not provided. I'm going to share the video where Safaricom staff is taken through a series of steps on what is supposed to be done. But this Safaricom staff confirmed that he was not issued with a court order. And he confirmed that he provided data that enabled tracking of this individual. Remember, David Mukaya must have been abducted. I remember that time. The arrest was not well communicated. So these are some of the arrests which people were complaining about. So how is our dear telco going to survive the onslaught of Kenyans? I've seen what Maverick Aoko has shared regarding this matter. Maverick Aoko said, I ditched Safaricom line the moment nilitoka cell. Uzuri WhatsApp sio lazima SIM card iwe kwa simu. I ditched Safaricom line. I've seen what people are saying. So many people going to an extent of saying government owns 30% of Safaricom. They can pull your file anytime. And for just 10K, any staffer will leak your location. This is Kenya. What do you expect? So I'd like us to go deeper into this story, and there's a video I'm going to share concerning how the Safaricom staff was being cornered. But before you do that, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to appreciate you for the support you've been giving this channel. If you wish to support us, just like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for that support. Now, without wasting much time, ladies and gentlemen, let us go through this video. This is what the Safaricom staff said.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
You have just stated to the court that you are an officer stationed at Safaricom.
That's true. That's true, yeah.
Okay. You have also testified that CDR records, call triangulation, and also tracing was done for the accused person. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Are you aware that in 2018, in a High Court petition, Okiya Mtata versus Communications Authority, demanded that if such information, such as CDR, triangulation, and call data was to be produced to a third party, a court order must be produced.
Your Honor,
I'm just to find out if you're aware or not. That's all. It's a yes or no answer. If you don't know about the matter, it's okay. I want to move quickly. The court is very strange on time.
Your Honor, I'm not very much conversant with if there was such a ruling that effect here.
In your position as an employee of Safaricom,
Yes.
were you provided with a court order by the DCI or any other investigation officer as far as this case is concerned for you to provide that data that you have read out to this court that you suddenly produced? Were you given a court order?
The order is not there.
It's not there.
Yes.
Aware that by doing that, you have not only violated the accused person's rights, but also you have broken the law.
Your Honor, I've not broken any law because there was a formal request which was done.
I've told you very well.
Yes.
And I've asked you a very simple question. Are you aware that there is an existing law and jurisprudence? For you to do that, you need a court order. You said you are not provided a court order, right?
Your Honor, what I have at the moment is a request letter. I don't have a particular...
I'll go with the request letter too.
Yes.
So are you aware that without an existing court order, you have violated the accused person's rights and you have broken the law?
You have not violated the accused.
If you're not aware, just say no or yes. That's all. You're not.
I'm not.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll take you to the request letter that you're simply eager to answer. Can you read the contents of that request letter for the DCA? Read the date together, who wrote it, and the contents.
Yes, Your Honor, the request letter is dated 14th November 2024. The requirement is that the office is investigating a cyber offense where the mobile phone number featured.
Now you can go ahead and read the content.
The requirements were that we provide IMEI history paired to the telephone numbers, subscriber details, and call data from 13th September 2024 to 13th November 2024. And the item number 4 is on call geographical locations for that particular requested number. Signed by Michael K. San for this act.
Very good.
Yes.
According to the Data Protection Act, when such a request letter is done by a third party, including a government agency, are you aware that such particular request did not only provide a specific into the nature on why that information is to be provided, but more importantly, the legal power given to that officer to do that? Has that been given in that letter?
That's not, Your Honor.
That is all, Your Honor, for this witness.
Now, very well, ladies and gentlemen, that is enough confirmation. And the Kenyans have been crying about this. Initially, it was just like, people saying without any proof of whether the telco was actually involved. But from these submissions, this has confirmed a lot of things. It has literally confirmed the previous allegations that they were involved in the abductions. I'm not saying that they were involved, but there was that kind of narrative being pushed around that they were involved, that they used to provide such kind of data that enabled locating people. Let's assume they were involved. If that is the case, would we also say that all the abductions were successfully executed because of that kind of breach? I mean, your data is being provided to enable to give some email details of phones, to give those kind of triangulations. and you are easily nabbed. People are nabbed. Unashikwa na hata hujui ulishikwaje. You know, like for example, the issue of is it Kibet Bull and Okiya Omtata. When Okiya Omtata, when Kibet Bull, famously known as Yoko, had paid Okiya Omtata a meeting, then people easily located him. So again, could we say that that was part of the reason why he was quickly arrested? Because Okiya Omtata himself hakujua, alishangaa, how come these people walikujaje, wanamajuaje? You know, those kind of things. Those are some of the things which I think forced Okiya Omtata to file a petition that enforced the use of court order. So lazima kuna court order ndio data yako itolewe. That means kama mtu anataka kujua details zako, lazima aende kotini achukue court order, then aende nayo huko apewe hizo details because of privacy, data protection, that kind of privacy. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me to rest my case there, but just go below in the comment section and tell us what to think about this latest explosive leak. Safaricom wamejikaranga wenyewe kabisa, wamejiweka katika moto, wamejiwashia moto, wakajiwekea mafuta, wakajirusha ndani, wamejikaranga wenyewe, Wakenya wakiangalia tu hivi. You know the kind of responses I'm getting here. People seem to be talking about boycott. You know, anybody, like for example, Martin Kivuva says, this case is showing us all what Safaricom has always been in business. You can't lie for long. Curious to see what the CEO will say tomorrow in their usual press release whenever data privacy issues are raised. And also says, can the accused sue Safaricom for the breach? If so, what's the likely compensation if not justified? Okay. Safaricom must be sued. Investigate for how many arrests and disappearances they have played a part in and made to bleed financially. That's a language raw companies and their employees will understand. Let me sample a last. For example, there's someone by the name of Feed Frenzy who says, I could never be a lawyer. Sina hiyo patience ya kuenda cycles na mtu na anajua ukweli amekosa, hataki kuadmit. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to wind up there. But perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed. Thank you once again for choosing YOLENO TV as your favorite political channel.